Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Chad Smith Podcast. My name is Chad Smith, and today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and I'm joined, as always, by my two co-hosts from California. Please welcome Sonny Conway and Spooky Morales.
I think you almost forgot our names.
You know what I almost did is I almost brought up Jason already.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, man.
Spooky, morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
I like.
How are y'all doing? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, doing much better now.
I had to point the camera down so you could see the logo.
I like it.
I got a new
You feel?
I got a similar logo.
I just wished it was like this.
All right. I'll get back in. I'll get back in there and do some more designing.
There we go.
Oh, and Sonny's got a UFO garage sticker and a paranormal chop shop sticker on his microphone.
Ooh, today's a big day.
Repping the new Yeti.
Got a new sticker. I went to pull that other sticker off to move it and ripped off a big old hunk of powder coat off this Yeti.
Oh no! Is that why there's two stickers on there now?
No,
Yeti.
I was trying to make room for
Yeti.
two.
Oh,
The ball is so low it drug. Scratched the powder coat right off the mic.
oh man, that sucks. Well, I want to say hi to some people in the chat room before we get started here, guys. We got Melissa Nicole repping the Bobby Stout Earth and Water Tarot channel. Thanks for throwing that link in the chat there, Melissa, and good morning. We got Jake Smith. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good day at work. Jamie, it's almost time. It's almost time, Jamie. Jamie's on summer break now, so you're not going to see her for another week. I Believe Podcast. How's it going, Roach? And your new channel, the Zombie Tech Review channel. Good to see both of you guys in here. My Flock, good to see you this morning. How's it going? Rodney Posky cleaning up bolts over there at the Bolt Factory.
Rodney who?
Rodney Posky. Terry Brown, good to see you, Terry Brown. Always appreciate your support, man. Who else? Man, the chat, you guys were going crazy in the chat room this morning. Between Jake and Terry Brown and Jamie, and there's Brassel. How's it going, man? I am here for the Chad Smith Podcast, he says. Awesome, man. Good to see you. We're one day away from the weekend. Jeanette Sanchez, how's it going? Chat on a roll today. That's right. It's just on fire over here. Arden Paranormal, good to see you, Sam. Good morning. I think that's about it. We got Spooky Morales in the chat. And
hey.
Lynn LeBlanc, good to see you. And Alien Girl Amy, how's it going? Awesome show this morning. Did a good job. She's going 2 hours now.
I think we got some more in since you started.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Caucasian Sasquatch, good to see you. And Vera. Huh?
Did you catch Janet? Yep.
Jeanette Sanchez? Yes, I did. Okay. She says, you're not used to 87-degree weather. Vera Ray, good morning. All right, guys, we got a guest backstage. I just had his bio up. There it is. His name is Jason Meadows. He has a channel called the Independent Paranormal Investigations channel, and it was founded in 2020 by Jason Meadows and Laura Carter with the sole purpose of helping residences and businesses experiencing paranormal activity. All investigations are thorough, confidential, and free of charge. With over 20 years' experience, they have the knowledge, the tools, and the resources should you need them. You can contact Jason on his website at www.indparanormal.com. That's indparanormal.com. So for the first time, please welcome Jason Meadows.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Hey,
How's it
Jason.
going, man?
Good, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir.
And did I get that right? That's the name of your channel also is called that too?
Yeah, everything that we have is independent paranormal.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Awesome. So how did you get into the paranormal game, Jason? And was it always with you and Laura?
Lola?
Or Lola, that's right. Sorry about that.
No worries. No. So, most paranormal investigators get into it because they have a paranormal experience, and I had mine when I was 15. So ever since then, I've been in. I wouldn't say an investigator, but I've always been interested in it. I've been learning about it, and then as you get older, then you start investigating.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and what type of experience did you have when you were younger?
I had. Well, let's start back. So my dad had a friend of the family, quote unquote aunt, over. She passed away in the house. Next thing you know, we have footsteps going through the upstairs. We have cabinet doors opening, and one night I had woke up. It was like 2 a.m, and there was a shadow figure at the end of my bed, whistling, and that just scared the shit out of me.
It was whistling?
Yeah.
Heard lots of shadow people stories. I've never heard them make any noise. That's the first time.
Yeah, and I really wish I could remember what it was. It was like a tune, like a song tune, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
Man, that is creepy.
That does sound. Yeah, that would freak me out.
Especially if it was a tune that you've never heard before, and yeah.
Or if it was like that one what's the scary movie with the whistle in it? Not Jeepers Creepers, but there's another one that the.
That was the Silent Hill that had that the high pitched whistling.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jeepers Creepers. Do 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 do. I think that's Jeepers Creepers.
That sounds more like Kill Bill.
Oh, it's Kill Bill. That's what it is. I need to see more movies.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers was the Where'd You Get Those Eyes song.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. See, when I only see a movie once or twice, it's just in one ear, out the other. I knew one of them had a whistling in it. So,
I think the Silent Hill was the town whistle.
Oh, okay.
When the big guy with the big sword shows up.
Huh. Something about me, Jason, is I haven't seen like any movies. No. Like every time these guys bring up a movie and they're like, "Yeah, remember that one part?" Like, nope.
The Jeepers Creepers song, Chad. If you whistled that one, it's not scary. It's it's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's not too scary.
No, that one's not too scary.
Scary. My mom used to sing that to me at bed.
But if you have a shadow figure at the end of your bed whistling it, that's when it gets creepy.
Right?
I'd have climbed the back of the wall.
and what do you do as I don't know, I guess mid-teen? I take the covers, I throw them over my head, and I'm like, go away, go away, go away.
Yeah.
Kind of stick my arm out and reach for the table lamp there, for the end table lamp there, and turn it on, and it's gone.
So you were 100% awake?
Oh yeah.
Man, that's creepy.
On lamps. What's scary is when you turn it on. When you turn on that lamp, is it really gone, or are you just not seeing it?
Right?
That's the scary part, man.
So back then, you would think, yeah, it's gone, but now as the investigations have happened, and you put more time into, you realize, was it gone, or was it back in the corner just hanging out, going, laughing and pointing at you?
Well, yeah, or was it in a different dimension and just went into a different dimension that we can't perceive?
Right.
And for a second, it was in our dimension. That's the strange thing is, it seems like, if there's so many spirits and they're just filling the planet and they're all around us all the time, I wonder what it is that's making them go in and out of the dimension that we can see. Because obviously they're at a different vibrational frequency than we can normally perceive, but somehow they jump into what we can. They jump into like our world where we can see them every now and then.
Right, and it's crazy to think about because it's something we don't know, and so then you sit down and you start thinking about it.
Right. Have you?
What was that? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to ask you if you've noticed any patterns, like if if there's anything going on specifically when something shows up versus when it's not there. Like if like
No, it's
what's
always
triggering?
been random. You can put trigger objects out there. You can talk your ass off if you want to try to catch an EVP, and it's always on their time. It's never on your time. Um, so I haven't got a pattern laid out of how to get them to come out. If they're in a different dimension or if they're just over in the corner hanging out.
Right. Yeah, it's so interesting. So many people have different experiences, and it's just like such a wide range of like negative experiences all the way to super positive experiences, and it's hard to really pinpoint what's triggering each experience and what's like how it's steered, I
kinda
guess, like
kinda
which
like real
direction it's
life.
going to be. Yeah.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Spooky nailed
Weird.
that.
That's weird.
It's spooky.
That's right. Spooky. So was that your first experience? How long did it take before you had another one?
Let's see. We pretty much hauled ass, moved out of Indianapolis, and moved to Minnesota. So it was kind of quiet until I joined the military. So be about another 7 years, 8 years.
Oh, so there's like a 7 or 8 year gap where just nothing really happened.
Yeah, we moved up to a different state, and it was all quiet. Then I joined the military at 17. Oh, so that'd be 3 years. I'm sorry. What the fuck am I thinking about? And I get shipped off to Great Lakes, Illinois, for naval boot camp. And we're in these barracks that have been around since World War II.
Yeah.
So you wake up at night, you see something walking past that's not there, and of course you hear all the stories of recruits that didn't want to go or wanted to go there, that got there, didn't want to go there, so they hung themselves, or they thought the drill instructor was too hard, so they killed themselves. And
oh man. Yeah, you don't hear too many of those stories. I don't think too many of those get out.
they keep them hush hush.
Yeah,
That's government for you.
that's right. More cover-ups over cover-ups.
Yeah.
So that was at the, you said at the Navy military base or at the
Naval Training Command up in Great Lakes, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Do you know of anybody else that was up there with you that also was experiencing what you were experiencing?
A bunch of the guys said
Oh,
that
wow.
they saw them.
Well, that's interesting to know that it wasn't like a thing that you guys kept secret, where it was hush hush and nobody talked about it. At least you guys.
We talk about it amongst each other, but after we never went up to our recruiter or our trainers and be like, hey guys, we saw this. We just kind of kept it to ourselves.
Yeah, how does something like that change the morale of training? Like, how do you go from kicking ass out on the field and going through drills and stuff like that, and then coming back to a paranormal bunkhouse?
I guess you see it once and you kind of just dismiss it as, oh, it was one of the rovers walking around, and you joke about it with the guys and you just keep going.
Right. Was there anybody there that you still talk to that kind of dove into it the same way you did?
No, I wish I kept in chat with some of those guys, but
Right.
that was 1999.
Oh, 99?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. So you moved from there to Wisconsin, you said?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay, sorry about that.
Indianapolis, Minnesota. Joined the Navy right after high school. Shipped off to Illinois there. After that, I got my orders down to Texas, which there was nothing happened there. It wasn't until I got to Jersey after schooling that I had my next one.
All right, and so what happened in Jersey, and what were you doing in Jersey? That's where you were just living?
No, I was stationed on a boat or a ship.
Oh, okay, and then you had an experience there?
Oh yeah. So Navy ships, you're surrounded by water, surrounded by all that metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna hold in a lot of energy. I attribute it to that. It's holding a lot of energy. At that point, women were allowed on ships, and so there was the co-ed thing. A lot of negativity because they were allowed on ships. A lot of rapes happened. Yeah, and honestly, none of them, hardly any of them, even now, hardly any of them are getting reported. So there's all that energy balled up in a ship. So something is going to manifest from it. I would assume an egregor or something would manifest from all that energy. And again, you got things that aren't there running around.
Yeah, man, that's unfortunate that stuff happens on a ship. You just like a normal citizen would think that everything on a ship is on the up and up because we're all on the same team and everybody's
Oh my God, no.
fighting for the same thing and but that's unfortunate to hear that stuff like that happens.
Zombie Tech. I was a Navy recruiter in Minneapolis.
Yeah, you guys actually even sound the same. For a second, I thought I was talking to him. You guys have the same, like, low voice. His name is, well, we call him Roach. His name's Joe.
Okay. Roach sounds a lot better, especially if he was a recruiter.
Yep. Yeah, so he's medically retired. But I believe he's a lot younger than you are, I think. Because I think he just got out not too long ago.
I don't know. But yeah, so again, you're on the fantail and you see somebody walk by that's not there. So that'd be the experience there. Several times.
Right on the ship.
Yes.
And was that like down in the bunk area where you guys slept, or was it up on the top?
On the fantail. So smoke deck is what we called it. So the aft end or the backside of the ship is the flight deck on top. Right below that, there's a little cutout area, the smoke deck or the fantail.
Yeah, he said recruited 13 through 16, GMC.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
GMC, like General Motors Corporation?
Gunner's mate, Chief.
Oh, okay. That's funny that all the military guys have like their own lingo and none of us really know what you guys are talking about half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think that's bad, waiting to identify that's for. Hey, no reason to thank me, man. I'd do it again if I could.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome, man. I was actually just I went down to North Carolina on a little week trip and got to walk around on the North Carolina down there.
How was that?
Awesome. It was really cool. I've not, it's the first time I've ever been on a ship. So, I mean, even on any type of ship, let alone a military ship. So, being able to see all the powder storage rooms and the way that the officers lived and stuff like that, it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
I haven't been on a battleship. I'm wanting to get there. It's in my bucket list.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you've never been on a what do they call those? That's
Battleship.
The battleship. Yeah, I thought they were calling it something else. I can't remember what they were calling it. Destroyer? Is that the same thing?
No, destroyer's a lot smaller.
Oh, they're much smaller. Okay. Yeah, I was pretty surprised at how big it is. You see it, you see those ships getting tossed around out in the ocean, and they look so tiny and weightless. But then when you're on one, you're like, "Damn, this thing is a big boat here." A lot of stuff going on too. You don't realize that there's like full buffet bars down in the cafeteria and stuff like that too.
Buffet. They lied to you, man.
Did they? Yeah, they had like a whole fake Thanksgiving dinner all sprawled out, and they were like, "This is what happens when we have holidays on the ship." Like, oh wow, looks very nice.
I mean, we used to get the steak and lobster meals, but that was like the "hey, you're about to get fucked" meal.
Take it while you can.
Well, yeah. Anyways, on the paranormal stuff here. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, paranormal stuff.
I'm getting
man.
sidetracked. So yeah, after that, that was the Arctic. I get tossed over to Niagara Falls and Guam. Nothing really happened there. I go to the Sacramento up in Washington State. Sacramento's ship was around for the end of Vietnam.
Okay.
So it wasn't uncommon for you to see something jump off of one of the oil rig masts trying to commit suicide into the water.
Jeez. Man, there's a lot of suicide going on in the military.
Yeah, it's the number one cause of death.
It's the number. Wow, that's crazy
That's horrible.
statistic.
Yeah.
So when did you actually start really getting to the point where you're like, I need to start doing investigations
That
more
would
on a
be
regular basis?
2006.
Okay, and then what
That was
got
when
you into that?
I got out of the military then, and I had a friend was in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I had a friend who was doing it. At that point, everybody TAPS was like the big thing, and everybody was making groups. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hop on a group and let's go.
Sorry, man, I was drinking my coffee. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of like the time when all the shows were coming on TV and like
Yeah.
show after show, and
Everybody wanted to be like them, and let's form a group, and
mm-hmm.
which was cool. I mean, that kind of set the foundation for, everybody getting out there, investigating, and then people coming forward saying, "Hey, I actually do have a paranormal phenomenon going on here at the house. Would you come take a look at it? Tell me I'm not crazy because my pastor says I'm nuts."
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like 2000. When was the Nimitz incident? It was like 2004, I think. So it's kind of in that same time frame between 2004 to 2007, 2008. That's pretty much when like a lot of the paranormal stuff, not just the ghost hunter shows, but I feel like a lot of interest was gained just in that small amount of time. And then it's even progressing still today, where more and more people are just getting more interested in the unexplained and paranormal and true crime, and all that stuff's on the rise.
People experiencing UFO sightings are coming out more now because governments, especially now, governments are starting to declassify stuff that they should have done years and years ago, but they're finally starting to come clean, and so everybody's like, yeah, okay, what I saw, I'm not crazy. Hey guys, this is what I saw. Can you come help me out?
Yep. Do you think that this slow drip since 2004 has been part of the plan the whole time, or do you think that the government coming out with all the information that it has so far is it's kind of like forced to because there's no other way to keep hiding in the information?
With the government, I think it's kind of they don't have to, but it's kind of, I guess,
maybe easier to just
my screen smoke. I kind of like during the 9/11 incident, for the people to back up then President Bush. He's like, okay, I'll give you your AR style weapons back, the Patriot Act. Jump on board with me. Let's create the NSA.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, yeah. So I think it's the same way. It's screen smoke. Hey, we're going to show you that we have UFOs, but we're going to do something else here. And it will be shown here eventually.
Right. Look over here while we're doing a larger project where you can't see. Well, if you put it that way, that seems a lot scarier, because if they needed from 2004 till now to distract us, that means there's something real big in the plans, man.
It possibly could, if we all know UFOs exist. There's definitely alien life. So we cannot be the only one in the center of the universe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's just an old way of thinking.
So, hey, check out these videos while we distract this mothership from coming in and invading us. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that Oumuamua came in at the same time. Not sure if you're familiar with that.
No, sir.
Oumuamua was like this object that came into our system, like our solar system, and it flew in faster than it really should have been flying. Like, it was much faster than any other object, and then it like changed directions without any known means of propulsion at all. And normally, like a comet would have, if it was going to change directions, it would be because of the heat from a star would heat it up to the point where it would like produce condensation from the ice. and it would like that's what it would use to project itself and
How do you
change
spell that?
directions. What's that?
How do you spell Mumu?
Mua Mua. This is right.
I think it's just MOWA, isn't it?
Like OMUAMUA.
Hey, Chad, is it bad on your side too, or just mine? I tried shutting my camera off. You're freezing right now. Am I frozen on your side?
He's froze. Sonny, I got you clear, and I
Okay.
got Spooky clear.
I thought it was me, guys. It's Chad's.
Yeah, it's Chad.
You're frozen, Chad. If you can hear us, go ahead and jump out and come back in.
See, I started talking shit now that NSA is listening.
Yep, that's what happens here. As soon as we start talking about stuff that's yeah, it's happened before. That's what I can say. So
Elon Musk and his satellites.
Hey, welcome back, Chad.
Oh, much better. I'll even let you be at the top.
Oh, I froze up again.
You're good on our side.
Okay.
You're perfect over here.
It was funny. As soon as we started talking about Mua Mua. Take him out, take him out, take him out.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens with Lockheed and
Lockheed Martin.
Yep.
The Lockheed Martin thing was strange, man. I'm not even going to lie.
That one's spooky.
That was real weird when that happened. We had a co-host on here who's no longer with us, unfortunately. But when he was on here, he mentioned that he just mentioned that he was doing some work at Lockheed Martin as an electrician, and the next day he was talked to.
Called into the office. He was told to tell anyone that asked him, he's not to talk about working there, and anyone that asked him from now on what he does there, he was told to tell him he makes donuts. That's when he was serious too. He said that's what they really told me.
Very weird, man. It's just very strange how that works. Like, how can people actually be monitoring all these channels?
Brass laugh. It's Obama messing with the channels.
It's Obama.
Damn Obama.
He's 2 presidents ago. Oh man. Where were we before I froze up? We were talking about Oumuamua.
Oumuamua, how do you spell it?
How do you spell that bad boy?
Oh, Akashi Chris had it in the chat here a second ago.
Probably got a U in there somewhere. Yep.
OMUAMUA. I like when alien girls like Oumuamua. Hell, I don't know how many muas. There's a lot of muas. Oumuamua. But yeah, it came into our solar system faster than it really should have been going, and then changed directions without any known means of propulsion. So a lot of people were thinking that was, either a spy from a different civilization that was coming to check us out, or, something ET, something from a different civilization. So it's funny that happened all at the same time, that the government was trying to, distract us from something else. So, kind of interesting. Yeah, he was 2 presidents ago, Brassel. So, what made you form the paranormal investigation team that you have?
Okay, yeah. I don't really call it a team. So Lola and I got tired of the group thing. Because you form a group, you're gung ho about it. Then you start handing out jobs, assignments, or spots to people. Animosity starts kicking in. Then you start trying to go to places, shell out a bunch of money. People can't make it. Some people can. People who can or can't make it get jealous of people who can. More animosity growing, and it happens a lot. And I got tired of being in groups. And I found out that I met her back in 2012. She was doing her own paranormal free agent, she calls it, which is pretty cool. Excuse me. I'm like, hey, why don't we put together something where, you and I will have to head it off because there has to be a point man to be able to get in contact with people or have people contact them, set things up and such like that. But the rest of it is if we go, okay, so let's say we go down to Indianapolis, we can get local investigators there in areas we need them, like a good researcher, a good investigator, a good tech person. If we go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, we can find some people there to join us there. So it's not the same amount of people, it's just different people wherever we go.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps the animosity down, keeps it fresh, fresh eyes.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to network as well. But so we're like, let's do this idea, and she's like, yeah, she's on board. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we did it, and we do it. We don't go to, as I call them, pay to play places.
Mm-hmm.
We're strictly private residents and businesses.
That's cool. And then people contact you first. You don't contact them and say.
Yeah, they contact us and like, hey, we're having some issues. So we'll sit down, we'll talk to them over the phone and find out what's going on. We'll do some background investigation on them with their Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
court files and stuff that we can find. If we don't see any red flags, we'll move it up to the next step. We'll go in there, we'll do an in-person interview. And if we deem it necessary, we'll do a full-scale investigation.
Awesome. And so do you run into any issues with people where they have like a really demonic entity or something going on in their house that's actually causing them harm?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I'm not a paranormal investigator, but that's something that I don't even know what I would do if somebody called me saying something like that, where somebody is actually getting harmed in the house.
Right. There was one person who reached out to me that claimed to have demonic, had several groups out there already to investigate, and I contacted those groups. I'm like, hey, this person contacted me saying it's demonic, it's nasty. They're like, dude, don't even waste your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for totally different type of group of people, huh?
Yeah, that's for.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it does happen. I haven't come across it.
Yeah.
And that's that part right there is, you have to do your background checks before you go out there because
Mm-hmm.
some people could be off the rockers. And it's another part of what we do is if we go out there and we're like, okay, we investigate your place, we haven't found anything.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a list of local, therapists, psychologists, whatever that will, check you out for free.
Mm-hmm.
Meet up with them, give us, a call back, tell us what's going on. And usually when you tell them that, they don't ever talk to you again because you're calling them crazy.
Right. Well, that's cool that you at least help them out with the contact of somebody else that they can talk to.
Yeah, that's the whole point is to help people out.
Yeah.
We don't want to leave them stranded either way.
Guys, I'll be back in about 30 seconds. I got to go grab a drink.
No problem, man. So you haven't had any negative ones. That's cool. What about, I've always wondered about like the happy ones. Like I've heard of the ones where it's just like a kid maybe, or like a younger ghost that just is kind of stuck and doesn't know where he's at and what's going on, and kind of does some playful things like.
Yeah. So the house I just got finished up with here in LaPorte, Indiana. It's the first time I actually used a psychic too. That was a weird experience. I wouldn't say weird. It was a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
But there supposedly are, I don't know if I can't tell you 100% sure if there is or not, a kid or two in the basement. I sent you that one EVP about the classroom.
Yeah.
He froze up again.
Yeah, you're freezing up again, Chad.
I'm going to go move my Wi-Fi router.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're bad still. You need to.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Sorry about that, Jason. It never happens with Chad. He's got really good, fast internet.
So it says plugging in is a lot faster than Wi-Fi.
I know Brazel had a question up here. He was asking.
Oh yeah, what's up?
He was asking how you handle the fear part, but if you haven't came across any demonic.
anytime I go into a place that is reportedly haunted, there's a little um, I don't want to say scared, but there's a little, hesitation there because you don't know what you're going to come up against. And you do get that little adrenaline kind of kicks in, and you just gotta kind of breathe and kind of calm yourself down a little bit.
So does that has that feeling subsided or gone away since you've been doing the investigations?
Oh no, I still get it. Even today, I still get it.
Okay.
Like when I went into this house I was talking about, I've been working on this house since April 6th. I think is when I got the initial contact. And every time you go in there, you just get the, something watching me, kind of getting a little uneasy feeling. The adrenaline starts kicking in, and you just got to cool yourself down a little bit and be like, hey, we're here to work. Let's go to work.
So even though it's not a demonic entity or whatever it is you're working with, it's still got that fear. You still have that. Yeah.
I'm back, guys.
All right. Seems better.
Maybe if I paid him 3 times as much as I already pay him, maybe that would keep the internet on.
I tried that with mine. They say you already pay as much as you.
You have maxed out.
I'm not even joking. When I started this podcast, I called him and I'm like, I need the fastest that's available. So I'm on 300 meg service. I don't know why it's been storming a lot lately, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's what's going on. But apologize for that, Jason.
No worries, man.
I do have that. Yeah, sucks. I have that audio pulled up of the classroom.
Yeah.
Did you want me to play that?
Yeah.
All right.
So we were thinking this was kind of like a hiding place or a playroom of some sorts.
Classroom.
What class? You hear it right at the end.
Right at the end. Oh, what are we listening for at the end?
Yeah, right. Go back a little bit more. All right, start from there. Classroom.
What class?
That wasn't a person?
No, you'll hear me, and I believe the lady's name was Donna, and then you'll hear something else kick in.
You go back.
Right there.
Classroom. What class?
So we were thinking.
Yeah, I heard something definitely right after her, but it sounds like
I thought that was her saying what classroom. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. That's not her saying that?
No.
Whoa.
Oh, play the whole thing again, Chad.
So we were thinking this was kind of like a hiding place or a playroom of some sorts.
Classroom. What class?
Wait, that's not her saying that?
That's not her? I thought that was you two still carrying on your conversation.
No.
Oh my Lord, dude.
One more time.
And this was kind of like a hiding place or a playroom That's of some me. sorts.
Classroom.
Millie.
What class?
And then you hear.
You could tell the next one's kind of got an accent. What classroom? Almost
That's
like that.
weird.
So we were thinking this was kind of like a hiding place or a playroom of some sorts.
Classroom. What class?
Whoa.
The way it
Yeah,
said,
the what? That's Donna. She had the camera.
Oh, okay.
But the classroom part, that's completely
That's bizarre.
Yeah, no idea what's going on there.
Huh.
I still have goosebumps. It just keeps coming. That's weird.
And so and Millie is the local is the local site. We invited in, and she told us about how the kids used to. Yeah.
Gosh, Chris is freaked out.
And she said that how downstairs the kids were there they had a little cutout area where we were looking at for their little classroom, little area to learn, but then they were in the next room over in the basement shoveling coal for the old boiler.
Whoa. That is awesome, man. All right. Now I want to just click on these other 2 that you sent me because.
Let's see. Which one did I send you? I don't remember.
I got recorder 1 of the door and what name?
Oh, what name? I was up on the 3rd floor. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. So this is the same building?
Same building. Yeah, these are all from the same building.
Can you tell me your name?
It's like right after tell me your name.
What is your name?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to crank my headphones up.
The first time around.
All right, here we go.
Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, there is something there, huh?
Yeah, you gotta crank it up, put your headphones on, push your headphones right to your ear.
All right,
One more time and let me mute. I got a big stereo system in here.
I'm gonna mute mine too. I'm gonna crank the.
Can you tell me your name?
You guys are still on mute.
We're still muted, Chad.
Oh, sorry about that.
I still couldn't pick up anything. I'm not hearing it.
I thought I heard a female voice. Is that what you guys were hearing too, Jason?
I heard a male voice.
Oh, okay.
But EVPs, that's just how they roll. They're very
very selective.
Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a big S word. Fuck it. Everybody's gonna hear something different.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't normally present it to the client until there's a group of people say, okay, this is what I hear. I'm going to send it to a couple of my friends. Of course, everybody that was there investigating. Everybody's going to hear something different. I'm not going to tell them what I heard, because if I tell them what I heard, they're going to hear what I heard. But I want them to hear. Yes, subjective.
There you go. Thanks, Chris. Producer Chris.
Yeah. So.
Can you tell me your name?
And I run my head into the microphone.
Yeah, right where it says what name.
That's crazy. What name? Wow.
And the thought was that the original owner of the house, Charles Link, Mr. Link, is still there. So we had a male presence. According to our psychic, there was a male presence on the second floor and a third floor. We caught that on the third floor.
And you didn't hear it just with your naked ears?
No.
Okay.
No, and the thing is, so we're up there. That recorder is on the floor, maybe 3 to 4 feet to my right. My camera I had right in front of me picks up audio as well. It's a Canon XA11, so the mic is very sensitive. It didn't catch that. The recorder that was off to the left in front of me that Jill had, it didn't catch it. It's just that recorder.
Interesting. When you were there, did you hear anything that wasn't only audible on the recorder that you guys did hear just with your ears?
Yes. We were just. This is kind of halfway through being there. The client had a couple of friends down from Chicago, and they're like kind of giddy. They want to go up there and check it out and stuff. So we went up to the third floor, and we're throwing out names like, "Is this your name? Is this your name?" And I'm like, "Is your name Sarah or Sheila or something like that?" And then behind us, you hear a no, and a female voice, "No."
That's cool.
It'd been awesome if I had a recorder with me, because it's one of those things where you have a personal experience and, hey, you don't have anything recording it.
Right.
So
I keep
did
looking
it really happen? Did it not happen? Don't know.
Yeah, you never know. That video that you had me pull up, did you want me? Is that the same building?
Yeah, the one I got here in the.
Yeah, I still have that backstage. If you want me to pull that up.
Yeah. This is on the second floor. This is where. So we're at. Man, too bad I can't put a pointer on here. So here down left, you can see the corner, that corner trim right there.
Yep.
That goes downstairs to the main floor, and then, right at the bottom of the screen, bottom left, is the stairs going up to the third floor. This is the servants' stairwell. But so you come up these stairs here, and you come out to the middle of the floor. You make a left, and where you're going to see this thing go, that's the main bathroom, like the old bathroom that has the original cast iron tub in it and everything.
Okay.
Here on the second floor is coming from behind the camera, which has 2 bedrooms, one on the left and one on the right of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. This is the big debate of orb versus dust.
Ooh.
But we're told that Mrs. Link has been known to show herself on this floor. We have an eyewitness saying that they've seen her in the window. So go ahead and play it.
Okay. Oh, it says I can't unmute it because.
Oh, you don't. There's no audio.
Okay. Orb versus dust debate.
You have to forget the bouncing. I recorded this. There it is. It hangs to the left and goes right into the bathroom.
Ooh.
That's not dust.
No, that's an orb. I mean,
I have a whole bunch of dust recorded. I've only done one of these investigation things just to see what it was like. And
whoa.
yeah, I had a whole bunch of dust like going through this whole investigation in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a spot where I see kind of what you're seeing right there, and it did not look like dust. And I could see it with my eyes, actually.
You can see.
And so we slow it down, and we're looking for some kind of wings, and I can't see wings or any type of fluttering that would say, hey, it's a bug.
Yeah.
That is an orb, man. Look at where you can see it on the floor. You can't see my cursor, but you can see it even before it takes off. It's just sitting on the floor right there, and then all of a sudden just like, all right, I'm gonna pop up.
It came from behind the camera, it looks like, Chad.
It almost looks like it came right from the floor. Oh, I guess, yeah, right there it does come from.
Is it from the floor, or is it from underneath the camera?
I don't know. It almost looks like it came out of the floor. You're right, Chad, but I can see where it's coming, like.
Right?
Yeah.
Right here you can see that it's like underneath the tracking bar.
Blow up the screen here. Yeah.
Man, that's totally an orb, though. I mean, that's not dust. Especially when it changed. It's like in the hallway. There would have to be a vacuum of air to suck it into that other room.
Right. So does the HVAC system kick on while it's going down the hall and then push it? But there's no vent there. The only thing that's there on that wall that would push it to the left would be the breaker box, and it doesn't give off any type of wind.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think a bug would have continued flying straight. There's no way it would have just.
Or some kind of
erratic. It would have had to been
behavior.
something in there to attract it for it.
It would like some kind of erratic behavior when it made left, because it doesn't. They don't fly straight. Not a flying ways. Mosquitoes I've never seen fly straight.
Kashi wants to know, does the floor look weird to you guys?
That's original, 1888-ish, 1890.
Man, I feel like I got one of those. Spooky, you remember that orb that I caught that was like over my right shoulder? It looked just like that one.
Yep.
Oh, I see what Akashi's saying. The floor as you go up into the hallway, Chad, when you play the video, watch the floor.
Right from where it appears from beneath it.
That's probably me bouncing my phone. I had to record this off of the TV monitor screen.
It does look like it gets foggy up, but I think that's all camera.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, how the lines disappear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the floor disappear, or the planks disappear in the vision of the camera.
I'm pretty sure that's just the camera. But that doesn't look like dust. I had a whole bunch of dust in some of the videos I did because I was outside in a building with no windows, and then I went into a museum part, and this is the building that I did was at our drag races is a really old army base, retired army base, and there's barracks there. In the barracks is where I got all the dust. Then I went into the museum, and there is dust in there, but there's no windows open for it to move around. And I touched a jacket, one of the old military jackets, and I was touching the buttons on it. And after I touched that jacket, I pan across to this boat that's sitting on a counter. It's a ship model display in this museum. And these little, like what you have there, they come into the camera and then they dip down and they go real fast out of the camera, whatever it is. And then they're coming from under the boat and there's no wind in there. There's in the museum, it's the windows. It's all closed up.
Yeah.
The only one in
look
there.
at that.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Nice Marine uniform.
Uh-huh. I don't think I should have touched those buttons. You're not supposed to be touching stuff in there. But I can. I guess I can.
We got National Defense ribbon on there.
Yeah, I never noticed that, Chad, when it just started right there.
Yeah, there is. See, that does look dusty though. Like that looks different than what he had.
Yeah, see, like that is dust. There is dust in there. But when you start seeing
Titanic looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can tell there's particles just flying all over.
Right here when I start noticing them.
So now that's a big one
coming through. And then there's one that comes from the right. You'll see it come in real slow and then dart off to the left.
You can tell there's little tiny dust particles, and then all of a sudden there's like one big orb-looking thing.
Yeah, I have a hard time saying orb. Like it's like the
that one.
Top of the cuss words for me is saying orb. You know, you just something that I don't say.
It was that. I think it was that.
Because most dust has that blood cell look to it. Like if you look at a blood cell in a microscope. Like that one kind of looks like a blood cell to me. I would totally say that's dust.
Do you have the video, Chad, of the orb on the porch?
I might have deleted that one.
And Jason, I've seen one here in the house, and I don't see things like this, man. And it wasn't just I seen it. I was the one that seen it. I've told this story before, but it's my son-in-law. He's in the kitchen. I'm in the living room, and I thought he was doing dishes or something because he's in the kitchen next to the sink. The water's not on or nothing, but I see a bubble, that's made it from all the way in the kitchen to almost in the living room. It's just by the couch, and it's just in one spot. It's not floating around like a bubble anymore. It looks like it's getting ready to pop or something. It's done moving, and it's stuck in a web. It's just in one spot. So that's what catches my eye, and I can see the bubbles kind of got this gray look to it, and I describe it as an eye with cataracts. That coating that kind of looks like that. So I told my son-in-law, "Hey, look at this, man. You see this bubble?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "You can't see that?" I go, "It made it all the way from in here." I go, "Are you doing dishes?" That's when I asked him, and he goes, "No." And he turns around, and he's holding his hands up like this, and he's got grease all over him. He's deboning a chicken, a baked chicken. He's taking all the meat off the bone. So he's got grease all over. He goes, "No, I didn't wash my hands."
No bubbles.
And I go, "Come here real quick." And he walks over to me in the house, and now it's like, we'll use the Chad Smith podcast thing, and I tell him it's right there. Do you see it now? And he goes, "No." So I grab him and I pull him into me like this. So our heads are right next to each other. And then I point at it, and he goes, "Oh yeah." And I go, "Watch, I'm going to pop it." Okay. I get about this close to it. And when I go to pop it, this little bubble that's not moving, it just shoots straight up in the air fast, straight through the ceiling and gone. I want to say it popped when it hit the ceiling, but nobody blew it. Nobody, there was no fans on in my house, no AC or anything. And it just, as soon as I tried to touch it, it didn't go like a bubble, and it shot fast, like just quick. And
that's intense, man, because you normally don't see orbs with your naked eye.
I freaked out. I'll be honest. I freaked out. As soon as it shot through the ceiling, I freaked out. And I went, "What the fuck was that?" My son-in-law stays totally calm. My wife is sitting there, and she's watching us both, and he's not freaked out. And I go, "Dude, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, I thought that was a bubble from the sink." I go, "I thought you were doing dishes, because there's no way. There's no soap, in other words, being used in this house. I don't know where this bubble would have came from now."
You're freaking out.
So, yeah, and he tells me, no, it's okay, Sonny. He goes, "My mom tells me that those are just what did he say, Chad? They're spirits. Those were just spirits, and we see them all the time in our house. We see that a lot.
That's crazy.
That's just
Really?
he was totally calm about it, and I
Hey,
was flipped out. So then
all good.
his mom passed away not too long ago. Now his mom has passed away since then. This is all recent. So
Yeah,
she
this
just
wasn't too
passed
long
away.
ago.
Not too long, a month ago or so, 2 months ago. And when she passed away, they sent us a video on their porch. They have one of those cameras that goes off for motion sensor stuff, like a doorbell camera type thing. That their camera recorded, and there's this orb that just forms at the top of the video, and then it starts moving down, and then it goes off the porch. I guess it moves that way off the porch, and they think that's their mom. They were having a lot of activity the day she passed away. It started. Lights were turning on and off in the house all by themselves.
Oh man,
Stuff like that.
just to
Yeah,
let them know
kinda.
that she was there.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like my first experience. We had the aunt pass away, and the next thing you know, shit starts happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Man.
that's why he wasn't too worried, I think, is he says he's used to it. Like he just sees that. Oh, that was no big deal. I was freaked. I'm still kind of freaked out. It's not something I want to see in my house again.
Do you hear about that happening a lot, Jason, where people see him just without?
Yeah, it's usually, hey, so and so died in the house. Now we're having problems.
Huh.
But I mean like the orbs. Do you
The
run into?
orbs are not very common at all. More often it's dust.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Maybe I'm just a little picky when it comes to orbs. Like for me to say, hey, that's an orb, it's got to. I mean, it's got to emit its own light, which we saw in this one,
Mm-hmm.
and not have that blood cell look to it, where
Right.
the outer ring is nice and emitting a lot of light, and the center is kind of like not, I guess. And it's got to have good travel. As you saw in this video, it went and it made a direct left, so motion of travel
Right.
with a purpose, not just
Jason,
going.
Jason, in your opinion, what is an orb?
I don't know. Most people will tell you, hey, it's a spirit. I have no evidence or any data to say, hey, it's a spirit.
But do you believe it's a life force at all, like alive?
Ooh,
Good question.
That's a damn good question.
See, I base everything I do. I base on data and evidence. I just try not to get speculative, because then that goes ahead and gets the client thinking, well, what if it's this? What is that? And maybe it's not. So I try to stick to what I can prove, and what evidence and data I have. I have nothing on orbs. Personally, I think it could be a spirit, or a ghost, or entity, or something from another dimension, however you want to put it. But I have nothing to back that up.
No, that's good. That's a great
that's cool
hypothesis. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool that you get that feeling, because
When I seen that, Jason, that was in the middle of the day. My wife was getting ready, so it was probably in the morning.
That's very unusual. Naked eye during the middle of the day, you see an orb.
And not just me, it was me and my son-in-law and my wife. So it wasn't just. And trust me, I felt like I was seeing things once it shot through the roof. I'm so glad that they seen that, or he was standing right there next to me, and he got to see
I'm
that.
not crazy after all.
I know, dude.
Well, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen nothing like that. And then I seen the orbs. It was actually Valentine's Day night at night. Here in my backyard, I finally got to see the orbs that are lit up in the sky, that are way up there, that people have the videos of. Those to me look like a really bright light that's in the center of this thing, and it's making this orb looking So I don't know what that is, but they were definitely like, it's controlled by something. It's either something controlling itself, or it's controlled by something, because there was two, and one would go this way over here, and then you'd see the other one to kind of go with it, and they kept going across the sky, never really came to a stop, but very slow. Like it was strange. It was very strange, but I don't know what that is. The one I seen in the house, that was something I could see, was right in front of me, and it was just a gray bubble. But moving around though, like I said, like when you see a bubble out of the sink, when you have grease in there and you're doing dishes, yeah, and you see those bubbles come up. If you watch them, if they get one to float up, they have that blue color that moves around on them. Well, instead of blue, it was gray, and it looked like a cataracts over someone's eye. And
the crazy thing about a bubble is that they're almost never motionless, because if anything stops them from moving, it's going to pop the bubble.
Right.
That's what caught my eye.
And they don't, they don't make a straight line or a straight movement either. It's, they're going to go down because weight and gravity, and then because you breathe, it goes up and it comes back down. Yeah. But his stood there
straight up.
Yeah, and it never moved. Even when I went to poke it, it never moved until I got this close to it. As soon as I was going to pop it, it shot straight up through the ceiling. It just
that's so crazy to hear, man, because I know you wouldn't lie to us. So it's like, man, you really saw that.
No, we have a big thing here. Like, we won't let someone on even if we think they're lying. We don't let you come on just to tell stories. We don't want no one lying on the channel. I would never lie to anyone on here. I just try to tell you guys what I seen, and if I could explain it, I would.
Right.
You
hear that, Spooky? No lying. We can't lie anymore. He's gonna kick us out of here.
Spooky's the one he's seen orbs.
I had an orb right here in this bedroom.
An orb come out from right behind him, out of where those three statues are.
Oh
yeah, but there's been more stuff happening lately that I haven't really been talking about too.
What?
Come on, Spooky, let's hear it.
It's just
spell the ghosts.
Yeah, I've definitely had spirit in this house. Of course, I believe that I feel my grandfather in the house all the time, but I've also had some other things that I couldn't explain happening.
You don't have to, man.
No. It's not emotional. I was just trying to put it together. I was trying to put it together in my. Thank you, though.
I'm like, putting him on the spot.
Sometimes, if I'm meditating at night, like when I'm laying in bed, I've been having some weird things happening in the house. Lights will come on that I didn't turn on, and they're not USB or what do you call Bluetooth. So I know it's not. And doors opening and closing, which there's no draft. The windows are shut.
Right.
And I have to say that I did have some weird shadowy experiences. I hate to say beings or entities because it was larger than what you would think would be like a human form. So really? It's just, I still haven't been able to totally understand it.
So this is recent.
Yeah.
Man, this is turning into a spooky interview.
I don't really understand everything deep, that's what I can tell you though for sure, 100% is that activities are picking up both in the conscious realm as well as in the meditative state. A lot. So that tells me that that either I'm personally moving forward deeper into into my consciousness and other what other people describe as like dimension,
right?
But or we all are.
We all are, yeah.
And from what I've seen, around the world on the internet, mostly from what people are putting up, it seems to me like these sightings and experiences people are happening, it seems to be multiplying very quickly.
Getting more frequent.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
if someone comes out and says, "Hey, I saw this," or like, and what Spooky is doing in his meditative state, I felt this, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I had that same experience too," and so it's becoming more acceptable. More people are going to come out with it.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is about speaking up about what's happening. I also feel that more and more people are feeling more comfortable, and I do give a lot of credit to the experiencers that are speaking up, and I think it's awesome myself. I struggled for years and years talking about anything, and then now it seems to me like more people are speaking out, and that actually helps people so much. If people only knew, if you would just accept people first before judging and criticizing, you'd be surprised how many people have these stories.
Yeah, if no one else would have seen that with me, I don't think I'd be telling people that I tried to pop a bubble and it shot straight up through their ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, is if you're the only person that's seen something, I mean, that's the most vulnerable that you feel, is when you are the only one that has that secret and you're like, man, who am I going to trust this with? Because I'm only going to get one chance to not sound crazy. So you really got to pick the people that you talk to, so that when we have people coming on here and they know that there's 30 people in the chat and there's at least 200 people are going to watch it later on, it's like when they come on here and they just spill all that information out, they're really opening themselves up to ridicule and stuff like that, and judgment. So when people come on here and they tell their stories and their experiences, it means a lot, because it's like, man, they're trusting you with a secret that they might have had their whole life. You and your audience.
And one of the frustrating things is that that everybody has the ability to tap into the subconscious, to the other realm. Everybody has it. So that. But you struggle with trying to get people to understand, hey man, I'm not saying I'm anything special here. Right. Everybody can tap in. It's just about if you want to put in the work.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah, it takes practice.
And some people get their third eye opened, because they had some kind of traumatic experience, or, in my case, 7 years old, almost died. A lot of people get triggered by some kind of trauma that, opens up a certain part of their consciousness, their mind. And that's what gives you the possibilities. Well, some people, other people can tap into it doing things like meditation, and, people want to meet, see aliens, and so they do the CE5 stuff, things like that. But it's all right here.
Mm-hmm. Jason, you weren't doing any type of meditation or anything like that, any type of practice like that when you saw the shadow figure, did you, at the end of your bed?
No.
So that was all just organic.
That was, it was there.
But you were also a lot younger too.
Yeah, younger,
Mind was open to more things.
Mind was, definitely open to more things. I've always had a very active mind. I still do, just I'm old now, so it's very closed. But and my daughter, my youngest daughter, she kind of has the same active mind, and she had her experience back when she was 4. Now she can't see anything that resembles red eyes. She'll freak out.
Whoa!
Even now she's still scared of it, and she's 12.
Red eyes?
Yeah.
And I might have missed it, but did you say what she saw, like what it looked like besides the eyes?
She said that something pushed her into the wall.
Oh.
Huh. Because the Bledsoes, I can't remember who in the Bledsoe family, but somebody saw something that had red eyes. So that sounds familiar.
And how old is she?
It was
how old is she now?
12.
12, and still scares her?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, red-eyed entities have been being reported for ages.
Get her one of these. Get her a medicine bag. You don't have to be Indian like me. You can just get a medicine bag that's blessed from a medicine man,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll have you put some of her things in there or whatever. She might not even want to tell you what's in there. It'll just be for her, and things like that will not mess with her no more. They won't be pushing her into the walls. They won't be.
Yeah, that was a strange house too, because that's I think it might have been something that attached itself to me after an investigation. I brought it home, and I struggle with that because at that point, my ex-wife and I started going through our downfall for the marriage and everything. So I really think I brought something back from that investigation. That was over at the Columbus Firehouse Museum in Columbus, Ohio. And then, yeah, the next thing you know, we have doors opening. My daughter's getting pushed. Our marriage is tanking.
Oh man.
Oh man. Is there any kind of rituals or any kind of practice you could do to make things like that not follow you home from those locations anymore?
I started. I carry a. I call it a trinket. I carry a necklace with me, and I pray. I didn't before. Now I do.
Right. You see a difference?
I haven't had anything attached itself since then.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. How? So, do you think that your vibes were low before that investigation? Like, do you know if you went into that with stuff at home already kind of going downhill?
No, everything was going good.
Okay, so you can draw like a direct
Right.
correlation between that and the
Like
investigation.
the whole house just got different. The whole vibe in the house just kind of tanked.
Man. So did that kind of solidify? I mean, you were already a believer before, but did that kind of solidify things for you too?
That kind of advanced more. Like, okay, you're out here doing this. Now it just destroyed your life.
Right.
Now we're getting real serious.
So it started out as kind of just an interest and a hobby, and now it's like, okay, there's really something to this, and now we have to figure out how to.
It destroyed your life. Now we got to get serious, or even more serious, and come up with some answers.
Right. Yeah, I wonder how many paranormal groups start out that way, where it's like, man, this is fun, just something that we're doing on the weekends, and then something comes home with someone, and then it's like, all right, we really need to get serious about this, and now this is just part of our life.
I'm sure there's got to be. I know there's some that start. And I really wish Lola was on. She could share her story of the Blair House in Ohio, where people just said, "Nope, I'm done," and sold their equipment and never went back into investigating because the experience was too much for them.
Whoa! And what was the location in Ohio?
The Blair House.
The Blair House.
Blair House. I guess I wish she was here. She could tell you for sure.
Jason, you seen the little video he pulled up where I told you I didn't think those ones coming under the boat and stuff was dust. It looked different than dust. When I was in the barracks before that, that's why I'm in that museum, is because I wanted to get the hell out of the barracks. I went through the barracks for a good 45 minutes probably. And at the end, something in one of the rooms I just went through. All the rooms are totally empty that I go through. There's nobody in there. It's late at night, and something smacked the wall real hard. It sounds like something fell over into the wall and smacked it like that hard. This big loud noise, and it stops me dead in my tracks. You see it, you hear it on the phone. I turn around, and I was carrying a gun. And I have my hand on my gun. I'm holding the phone, and I'm stuck in one spot. I can't walk back into that room. I was terrified. And I told these guys I'll never do it again. I'll never. That was the first and last time. I wanted to see what it was like. That was enough for me. And yeah, no more.
Yeah, these were seasoned investigators too. And they just hit that
And that was
point
just-
where like something got to them. They're like, hey, we're done.
Yeah, that was just from hearing a sound that I knew that nothing else could have made that sound, because I went back in and there's nothing still in there, and it was just too much for me. That was too creepy for me.
Lola, if you're listening to this podcast, where are you?
Where I pulled up pictures of the Bel Air house in Ohio, and it does look creepy. It's funny how you can just look at one picture and get just get a reaction off of just one
Yeah,
picture.
you're like, yep.
That's a house that I would look at and say I would like to live in that house.
As long as it's not haunted.
No, really. I mean, I wouldn't think like it was haunted or anything. If I came across that house and it was for sale, I would probably want to buy that house.
I got creepy. It's the first reaction I had was just like creepy vibes. Like, ooh, something.
I just look over and there's someone. I take a spanking from her. What is going on in your chat, man?
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
I forgot to warn you. This
I haven't
chat.
been looking at chat.
Our chat room's a little perverted in the morning.
No worries, no worries.
I forgot to warn you.
They have fun.
Mm-hmm. Breaking news, chat. Jason is off the market.
I am. Okay, right on. Thank
maybe
you.
we missed it. Maybe somebody already claimed you in the chat room.
Oh, okay. I'll
That's all right.
scroll through it later.
Yeah, you'll have to scroll through later and
I
let us know
thought
what you find.
I thought Andy was saying we was all here and being all good and likable. He says lickable. He says we're lickable.
Oh my God.
Good morning, Andy. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, Andy. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, but what do you? Okay, so the Blair House, you get stories like this, and it's like, I mean, I want to go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. You were saying that this is the house that breaks people, where it's like they just sell all their stuff and
Something happens to them, and they're like, "Hey, we're done."
Yeah, I don't know,
now,
man.
I'm like you. If I don't want to go check it out, but I want you to, Jason.
Yeah, really. Definitely wouldn't mind sending somebody else in there to take some video for me.
No, so the idea of independent paranormal was to help private residents and business, and I want to keep that. But then you get stories like this where, it's the Bel Air house. Of course, you have to pay to investigate there because it's one of the pay-to plays. So how do we do that? So I teamed up. I got invited to hang out with a group called the Paraseekers that actually stream their shows on Freehoo and Tubi. And they're actually going to start hitting places like that. So maybe I can get to the Bel Air house and I'll let you guys know how it is.
That'd be awesome. Is that something that you would do a whole video on?
I've seen one episode of their show back when they actually had it on Prime before they moved over to Tubi. And that was it 45 minutes, an hour long of that one location.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Right, like a half hour after we got started, Brasselhoff asked a question. I forgot to get to it, but he was asking, does Jason?
I got to it when you you had to go out.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Cool. At least you had something to do when I was trying to figure out the stupid Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we didn't just sit here.
We're trying to get your Elon Musk satellite positioned right.
Yeah, exactly. It's just frustrating when you got the highest internet and then it kicks out like that. But yeah, so the I was glad I didn't go to that question. This chat room. You never know if it's.
You gotta bring it up now.
Hey, you guys in chat, ask if you got any questions for Jason.
Mildred Daniel, I would go to Blair House, Jason.
Oh, good to see you, Mildred. I've never seen you in the chat before. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
That's Millie, the psychic we use at this house.
Oh, I was going to say, someone give her the address.
Yeah, for sure. That's the psychic that worked with you on that
psychic medium, or I think she calls herself a spiritualist. Am I saying that right, Millie? Go ahead and...
Nice to meet you, Millie.
We can drop Millie a link if she wants to join in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Millie, let us know if you want to come on and and chat with us. That would be cool. We could definitely bring you up.
Jason, why you? Come on, man.
Oh my god.
Well, you might not should be reading some of those.
It's all good, man. Okay, yeah, there's spiritualist.
Spiritualist. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So she's the spiritualist we used.
Zombie Tech Reviews is asking, what's a good starter kit for people to get started investigating?
Great question, actually. Personally, my favorite two tools to use is a digital recorder and a flashlight. And if I'm by myself, you'll see me with those. If I got other people, I'll take care of the other gear. That's what I got, because like static cameras are already set up, so nothing you can do without that. Everything else is a tool that needs more tools to back it up. So like the SLS cameras, you get a stick figure on there. Okay, what else can you put with that? Did the REM pod go off? If the REM pod went off, do you have the K2 going off with it? One hit with one tool isn't enough to say something paranormal happens. You have to have multiple hits on different tools.
Right.
But with a digital recorder, you snatch that EVP, you can determine that, hey, it's not me, it's not Chad, Sonny, it wasn't Sonny, Spooky's on mute, so it definitely wasn't him.
Yep.
Hey, we got something.
Exactly.
And then a flashlight you carry around so you don't smack yourself into a wall.
Yeah, man. The digital voice recorders, that's actually a very common response. It's just a digital voice recorder and a flashlight. Because just like same reason that you just said, is if you can eliminate everything else and you know that it's just you and one other person in the building and both people are covered, then
after just all I was using was a cell phone and the light on the cell phone. That was it. That was the only thing I had. And
right.
And something happened and you hear it. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff.
No.
You just need something to actually happen. And then when something does happen for somebody like me, I'm not interested in that stuff. Like I think the orb I seen, that should have showed itself to you, Jason. You should have seen that. I have zero interest in going to look for orbs or spirits or and
well, see, that orb presented itself to everybody. Obviously, it was on the camera. Now we got more work to do.
Yeah.
What was it? Who was it?
Why was it here?
Exactly.
What is it? That's what I want to know. I want to know, like Spooky says, is it spiritual? Is it alien? Is it something? It's definitely something. There was nothing else in that hallway that floated through that camera, and you're not just gonna see one dust particle come down that hallway. It don't look like that.
We had dust early, because if you go up and down, it's a very old house, so you go up and down the stairs, you go up and down the hallway, dust kick up.
Yep.
We were downstairs. Everything has settled. You don't see, any dust flying around, and then that happens.
Yeah, there's no other dust particles in the air either.
And then normally dust, once you picked it up, it
Hey,
stays
Cindy.
lit up.
How you doing, Cindy?
Good to see you, Cindy.
Cindy is the owner of this house.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Very cool. You got a creepy house, Cindy.
You been sleeping in there, Cindy?
She's like, yeah, I sleep with all the lights on. Yeah, that is awesome, man. Because you've definitely stop saying my house is dusty. That's definitely not dusty. I don't see any dust.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, you don't just kick up one dust particle. You know how hard that would be to do? Just to try to kick up one dust particle.
Right. And 20 minutes before, you've seen 700-800 of them flying around, and then everything settles because no one's disturbing it, and then that happens.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. It'd be cool to talk to Cindy and see if she has any more experiences that she hasn't shared with anyone. But she says, I love my home, sleep well, the spirits embrace me. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's the thing, is there's people always think that the ghosts and spirits they only stay around just to be mean and negative, but that's not always the case.
No.
Like I said about your house, Cindy, if I was to see that house, it was for sale. That's a house I would want to buy if I didn't know, You know, like, yeah, I that's a wonderful house to me.
Oh, that's a different one.
Oh, I thought that was that house.
No, that was the Bel-Air house that he shared.
Oh, I thought she owned that house.
Let me
You guys
send you
were
a
saying you wanted to
photo
go
real quick
investigate.
of her house.
So this wasn't this camera. So you haven't been to that house at all? The one that
The
The
Bel-Air
Bel-Air
house?
No, I have
Uh-huh.
not.
Oh,
No, that's the
No.
one where teams go down there and then they quit because it's so
I
freaky.
thought, yeah, I thought for some reason you'd been there, but you hadn't investigated it because everyone had quit.
Oh, Cindy says that she's got very playful children in the basement.
That's the hypothesis, I guess, the theory. I got touched down there twice. One was on my leg, and then one was on my ear while I was doing the live over the weekend.
Ooh, were you sitting down?
No.
So you were standing up and you got touched on the ear?
Yeah. So was it really a kid?
Right, that's what I was wondering. Like, I wonder how old.
Or was it an invisible orb that went up and touched my ear?
Oh. Yeah, see, that's the thing is they don't have to stay in there.
So many variables, so many possibilities of what could happen, or what can happen. And again, we don't have that. We didn't have that any of that. Her when she got her hair touches, when I got my leg touched, we don't have any of that on video due to operator error. And yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually listened to a radio station, a morning show out of Detroit, and one of the guys on there, he's open-minded, but before he went on this investigation with a team, he had no experiences, and he was just going into it open-minded just to see what would happen. And the location that they were at, there was a kid that was there, and they told him that, hey, like, he wants to give you a hug. So he went down on his knee and just opened his arms up, and he it's really cool to hear him tell the story because he says that he literally felt like a warm embrace, like it felt like something actually came up and gave him a hug. And he said he got chills all over his body and he felt like an embrace, like a kid actually came up and gave him a hug. And ever since then, I love hearing him tell that story because he gets so emotional about it, and you can tell that it's an event that really happened, like he really experienced it. And
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, when she said that it touched that's weird that it's just interesting that I can kind of picture just a kid like not knowing if he's dead or alive or where he's at, and he's just like, hey man, like trying to get people's attention, like, am I real? Where am I? What's going on here?
Right. Cindy, I would love a hug, Jason. Oh, come on, Cindy.
We're all huggers here. We'll give you a hug, Cindy.
I'm not a hugger.
Oh, you're not a hugger?
No, I am like the anti-hugger.
We'll send you over to Sonny. He'll give you a hug.
I'll hug you up, man. I'm a tattooed up guy too, and I'll squeeze and hug you.
No,
Right
that's
up.
all good. The less, and people think I'm weird about this. The less interaction I have with hugging and good call, Cindy. The less physical contact I have with humans, the more I think I can feel something else from it, like the afterlife touching me.
Mm-hmm. Man, that is a crazy concept. That something from a different dimension not only can come into this dimension, but can also, like, we can feel it, not just hear it or see it.
And apparently they still have feelings too if it wants a hug.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, they still feel that connection. That's kind of cool to think about. Oh boy. This chat room, I'm telling you, sometimes we get the most serious conversations, and then we get the complete opposite.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Melissa says, I like feeling something else when we hug. Jesus, Melissa. That's called love, Melissa. Love. So Jason, do you have, I was just going to ask if you have any future investigations already planned, or how does that work? Do you guys have
No,
like a...
so for independent paranormal, we're on call. Someone will shoot a message to either the Facebook page or the website, and we'll respond. And we'll start everything. Now we did during this investigation at this house in LaPorte. We had another lady say, "Hey, there's just some creepy stuff going on at my house as well. Can you just check it out?" So, friend of the families, we're gonna go ahead and check that out, and just see if we can help her out as well. But yeah, right now we don't have anything in the books for an independent paranormal. Personally, I'll be going out to New Jersey in a couple of weeks to meet up with the Paraseekers, the show on Tubi and Freehu, and investigate with them out in Jersey. So that's gonna be pretty cool. It's actually a couple miles from where I was stationed at, like on my first shift when I was telling the story. So I'll definitely drive by there and wave.
Yeah. Is there anything that if somebody contacts you with something, is there anything that you will not investigate, that you'll say no to?
No. I mean, you're in trouble. You're having some kind of trouble. We're here to help.
Sweet.
That's awesome, man.
That's what we do at the core. Is why we started this was to help people.
Cool, man. So even if it's something that somebody has, like if they have a question and they just want just a phone consultation.
Yeah, if you want to call, we'll call. We'll talk. If you need some advice on, hey, can I do this with crystals or whatever? I mean, that's not my department. I'll definitely get you somebody who knows about all the crystalling and such like that, and I'll hook you up with somebody there. But just helping them so they can carry on is what we do.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. I'm definitely going to send people. I keep forgetting what state you're in.
Indiana. We travel everywhere.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We travel everywhere.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, S4 Anthony just said that he said, New Jersey, come meet up with unidentified S4. We'll do some hunting.
All right, dude. Shoot me a message.
He's over in New York. He's on Staten Island, I believe.
Sabrina Raymer. Hey, Sabrina.
Yeah, and actually, Anthony from Unidentified S4, he gets some really cool footage of lights in the sky, like orbs in the sky.
I bet.
And like crazy footage. It's very interesting if you ever want to check that out.
That kind of the underwater UFO cities.
Oh yeah, that's a whole. We could definitely get into that.
No, they're sailing out on the Atlantic. I even sailed the Pacific too. There's, you see lights under the water at night, and it's like
you do.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
you try to just so that's some kind of plankton or fish under the water, and you just dismiss it.
Wait, whoa. How often does that happen?
And not often, but it does happen.
Where you'll just be out on the flight deck or whatever and see.
Yeah, you'd be out in the fantail or up on the. You can just be on the weather deck, period, and you just look over the side, and then you see something glowing in the water.
And you're just out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, out in BFE.
That is weird. Is there like an official?
No, like I said,
explanation.
Back then, and I didn't know about possible underwater cities or UFO underwater stuff. So it's okay. Yeah, it's just there you go, a USO. You didn't chalk it up as a USO. You just said, oh, that's just some kind of plankton, sunlight or moonlight bouncing off of it glows. Okay.
My Lord. So what is it? When you look at it, what does it look like? Just one singular object, or does it look like there's a whole city under there?
No, it's or just a big singular object.
A big singular object?
Yeah, I would say maybe 25, 30 feet maybe in diameter. Just kind of roundish. Yeah.
Kind of blowing my mind right now. So is it just like in a one location and the boat just goes past it?
I don't know. I mean, I look over, I see it, and I just turn, look back up and go about my business. It's just like.
That's Blowing my mind right now.
You gotta act like you don't see it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man.
Because back then I wasn't aware of possible USOs, right? You know, back then, late '90s, early 2000s, you know, UFOs. Oh, that's as a conspiracy shit. No, doesn't exist. The government, you love your government.
Yeah.
So it was just you play it off and you just keep going about your business.
I've seen bioluminescent stuff in the ocean. I've never seen anything like a UAP, but you've seen stuff light up in the ocean that's supposed to be there, right, Jason?
But it was put off as something that took the nighttime zombie, took the moonlight and it turned green, yellowish.
Yeah,
zombie.
The ones I've always seen is it's usually like an electric blue color under the water, but that I've never mistaken that for a UAP is what I'm saying. Like I if you've seen it before, I don't when people say they've seen a UAP, that's what other people are saying is, oh, it's just bioluminescence, and no, it's not.
Yeah.
You've seen that. You've seen that stuff. It does not look anything like what they're explaining.
Not when it's
seen.
40
It's
foot
one
in
of those
diameter.
weird things, man.
Yep.
When he said 40 foot in diameter, that's where I was like,
25, 30 feet. I mean, just a big kind of roundish.
Yeah, bioluminescence is like a fish that's like this big and bioluminescence is something that animals acquire because they're so deep in the water. The ones that you're going to be able to see up by the surface, stuff like, as far as I know, nothing that lights up gets that close to the surface.
I think plankton does.
Really?
I think.
Yeah,
And
we
it's
have
like-
this thing called red tide over here,
Uh-huh.
and the whole
Where it
beach,
turns.
it looks like neon blue.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. What was the color of it that you were seeing, Jason?
Green and kind of yellowish towards the center.
Yeah, see, that's nothing like bioluminescent stuff. Is just usually looks like lightning under the water. That's, to me,
Man.
blue.
Oh, and that's another. See, I have so many damn questions. Was it just like a solid, or was it kind of like the light was going in and out?
I can't tell you. Honestly, I look over, I see it, I dismiss it, I keep going about my business. Walking down. Like I said, back then, that didn't exist. We're just out in the middle of the water. Yeah, you see your flying fish, which are pretty wicked, and
Oh, there's luminous algae also.
I do believe that was a
That's it. Algae. A luminous.
plankton or bomb feeders. I think that was a SpongeBob.
What did I say? Plankton?
SpongeBob reference.
SpongeBob.
I think I called the algae plankton. Thank you for correcting me, Melissa.
Man, I'm still just like kind of mind blown that there's
It's a
just
mermaid.
ships going by,
Never saw a mermaid.
lit up objects in the water out in the middle of
As
nowhere.
above, so below.
I like to say it's swamp gas.
There you go. Reflecting from the light off of Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah, swamp gas my ass.
Swamp gas, my ass.
That's actually a book, I believe.
That's the quote
Billy.
of the day.
Papa Willie sent me some videos yesterday
No, Melissa, flying fish are real.
of dragons flying out of it. Looked like out of the ocean. Oh, dude, it's crazy. I was
Yes.
like, man, where did he? Oh, I don't think we can play that on here though. I think it was YouTube.
Flying fish are real?
Yeah.
They don't really fly though. They're just
Oh,
Falling?
yeah.
Well, they glide.
style. Yeah, it's gliding with style.
Yeah.
Gliding with stuff.
They're little flippers on their side. When they put them straight out, don't they have almost like a bat wing looking?
Yeah, it's like airplane wings. They extend them out. They propel themselves enough, come out of the water. They put their wings out and they just kind of float back down slowly. And then you get a big school of them. So there's like 30, 40 of them together. They all just kind of jump out at the same time and fly.
I
over
never
the water.
figured out what they jump out of the water for, though. What are they doing that for? Just because they can, probably.
Yeah,
But
probably because they can, or they want to follow the ship.
huh?
Kind of like dolphins, they'll follow us in and out of ports.
Oh, that's cool. Is that because you guys are kicking up food from the bottom or something, and then it attracts kind of like seagulls.
Most likely. You catch a fish, you turn it up, and next thing you got fish behind you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wanting to eat all the stuff that you guys are kicking up.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happens in cornfields when the farmers are disking the fields around here. There's birds everywhere.
Oh yeah. When there's birds, there's coyotes.
Oh, Matt says that yes, Chad, flying fish are real and they used to be a cryptid.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Cryptid.
It's crazy to think of how there's a lot of stuff that used to be cryptids, and it's now they're confirmed real animals, like the giant squid. That was a cryptid.
The giant turtle. The story that I was telling you, Chad, about
with the tree growing out of the shell.
But then they found that giant turtle remains or whatever, and it's huge. It's big. You need to look that up. That's there by you.
Jamie.
What'd Jamie say?
Jamie. Are you telling on her?
Jamie.
Yeah, we need Jamie to look up that turtle.
Jamie.
Oh, for sure. She's the turtle expert.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were.
Yeah, turtle expert.
All right, Anthony. Cool, man.
Loser man used to be cryptid.
Now I want to go on a ship. Oh, Anthony just sent me a picture.
Uh-oh.
Anthony, can you explain what this picture is when I pull it up here? Yeah, he just sent me this.
Bro.
Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
We got a picture of it.
Okay.
Dude, if I look over a ship and we're supposed to be out in the middle of nowhere and I see that.
That looks like...
I mean, the center wasn't as bright.
Flashlight under the water.
Yeah, the center wasn't as bright, but, I mean, that's it.
That would be freaky to see. I've never seen anything like that.
Man. Eric, you have the keys, buddy. You just have to go into your StreamYard and hit the pull-down menu and then select this podcast.
It's light on the water.
What would be your guess as to how far down it was under the surface?
What do you mean, underneath the water? I couldn't tell you.
Right. That's crazy that it's the same color.
It's pretty close, whatever this picture is that we're looking at.
Yeah, it looks like it would be like 30
I know
40 foot down.
This isn't your picture, Jason. I'm just saying the one we're looking at looks close to me. I wouldn't be able to judge that.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you're supposed to be out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, you see that.
Oh, dude.
No problem.
If you're out in the middle of the ocean and you see that coming up, the first thought I would have is that's a scuba diver with his headlight on.
Or, we're running into a sub.
Or possible like that someone got a spotlight and flashing it, or shining it onto the water.
Yep.
Man, but I'm not out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, it's not your photo. He's just searched USO.
Oh,
so,
okay.
he's not the first person that's seen that.
Yep.
So what the hell's going on now? I'm going to be deep diving into OS. What is it called?
USOs?
USO.
USOs, yeah.
Because I don't know why that's just so damn interesting to me, but you're supposed to be out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, and then all of a sudden there's just a light under the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy freaky. Oh, we're going to bring up another dude that is joining us. How's it going, Eric from Paranormal Highway?
Oh, man. I've been having issues. I didn't...
Up another dude that,
hold on a
all your YouTube's playing in
the
background.
There we go. I was having issues because I can't log into StreamYard on Safari. I had to go to Chrome because I have Chrome for my other show.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'll just do this on Safari, and nothing will come up.
Yeah.
So I'm learning something every day. Hey, that picture? Yeah, that's probably swamp gas. Yeah.
The green light.
Somebody probably cut the cheese and it went up in the sky. The lights. Isn't everything?
It's just for a while there, they were saying everything.
No, that's probably a weather balloon that exploded.
Yeah, under the water. It was, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I think Jason, didn't you say you guys were out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where we were heading to.
If you don't see land and you don't see another boat and you just see a scuba diver is what you think could be a scuba, that's spooky.
Yeah.
And especially if the light goes away and it's not a scuba diver and it's 40 feet long. No.
Now, what do you do when you see a light like that? Do you go forward towards it, or do you get the hell out of there? I think I would go towards it. I said, "What the hell?"
We just kept going where we were going, man. No one, it's just one of those things. Like I said, back then, the government was hush hush about everything. No one was talking about UFO because hey, it was a conspiracy. You're crazy if you believe in it. And so you look over and you see this, and like, oh, okay, plankton or something reflecting moonlight, and then you just walk away.
It's just like the pilots. Like the pilots didn't want to say anything either because as soon as you do, you lose all credibility, and like you're supposed to be the most trusted person in the country. And now you're seeing stuff flying around in the sky. Like, come on, man. Yeah, so like the pilots didn't want to say anything. I can imagine that you guys, if you saw something in the water, you wouldn't want to say anything either.
Yeah, we get laughed at.
Mm-hmm. Same with Roach. I believe he did 15 years in the Navy, so I'm sure he probably had to keep some things to himself too, But now it's like we're living in a different world, and it seems like it's only getting more open, where now the government has like a process in place where if you see something in the sky, you need to report it. I mean, that's what they're telling us anyway. At least they're telling us that there's like a process in place now where if a pilot sees something, there's a reporting process that should take place.
So you have a reporting process. You have President Trump went ahead and enacted the Space Force. Do you think they're getting ready for something?
Sure does seem that way. Sure does seem that way. Especially with like all of our technology is in space now. All of our information is being beamed from satellites. Our phones are on a satellite network. Everything is in satellite form now. So, yeah, it seems like everything's going into space. The Space Force is fired up, and UFOs are becoming more mainstream. So, yeah, it definitely seems like something's ramping up.
But what's weird about that is, you're right, Trump donated money to SpaceX, Space Force, kind of like NASA, but then Biden came in and took that fund away. So are they, like, was Trump just wanted to get the word out without him saying it, or they still want to hide it because Biden pulled the funds for SpaceX? So, what's the conspiracy there?
Right. For SpaceX or for the Space Force?
The Elon Musk one.
Oh, SpaceX?
Yeah, it was funded like NASA through Trump. He funded it. I mean, he gave Elon Musk, they're probably best buddies behind the scenes. But then Biden came in and pulled the fund. So it's like, do we not want to go up there? Do we do? I mean, you just don't know what direction the government's going to go into. Now they're coming out with the files. Are they doing it just a little show and tell? Because we all know, listen, some of us been in the military. They're going to tell us a little. Enough to get by, so we do shows for 2-3 years, but they're never going to tell us anything super major that can, take away what they can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Technology.
Or like we said earlier, they'll come out with something to grab your interest so that something else bigger can happen over here while you're paying attention to the UFOs.
We're going to do this. We'll get these people on this so we can hide this. Oh, yeah, of course.
It's been happening
It's hard
forever.
They struggle with how to tell people that it's more spiritual than nuts and bolts. I mean, you'd be asking people to go against their religions, their spirituality that they've been brought up with. It's, when we talk about what we want from the government, we almost ask the impossible because they don't really understand it themselves. There are some people that do understand recycled souls and reincarnation and how spirits are never ending. We just move on to the next form.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost, they can't do it. They won't do it. So that's why it's really important that everybody tries to find it out themselves.
Yeah. Because how many of the government officials even really have files to this stuff? I mean, if you think about it, it's like jobs. They come in and out. You just can't tell everybody who gets hired in the government who becomes a senator, because next term they might be out and then they can spill the beans. I still think it's a selective few who knows this information behind the scenes. Not everybody in the government knows about it, because otherwise it'd be 1,000 of them out in the streets telling everybody, because you don't get reelected, you get pissed off, so you're gonna spill the beans. So I'm sure they don't tell everybody. I still believe it's only a selected few.
Right, and if you do tell everybody
information.
What happens to society once everybody knows that, hey, there's a possible UFO invasion?
Right.
Collapse.
Right. Everybody goes ape shit.
Mm-hmm.
People won't go to work. You'd be like, why?
Nos put it in
like
very good words here. Again.
Yeah.
Nos says through social engineering, they've worked very hard to pit science against religion. They can't unring that bell to let people contemplate the unity between science and magic.
Well said.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much what you just said, but in a better package there. I like that.
Yeah, I got to agree with Sonny earlier. That one house, I would buy that house too, because that house did not look creepy. That house looks beautiful. Beautiful craftsman.
I was getting vibes from it, man.
Dude, that's a bonus because I want to live with Ghost. I want to check it out.
Spooky's like, what?
No, you don't. You know? Chad's seen it here. He's joked around and told George to shut the door before it happened.
Yeah, that was strange, man. Ghosts.
We are all living with ghosts right now as we speak. I mean, there's spirit all around you. You just, you don't see it, but believe it, they are everywhere, and you will be too. We're not going to be living forever, right, in this body.
Right. Yep.
And so you know, this ain't the end. You will go on, and you'll be able to go many different places and take on different forms. That's the universe, the ways of the universe.
Yes, yeah. This is our limbo. Sometimes we stay behind when we pass away. We stay here. Maybe this is our limbo.
Some people are even asking right now, is this reality? What we're living in.
This is real.
The training ground for spirits. You still believe that that's what this is, Spooky?
Melissa says we're all going to.
I believe that life is a constant test. Yes, we are testing ourselves with the universe as one. We are actually testing ourselves. Why? Always to find to that level of the next ascension, right? Mm-hmm. Because you have to be getting this right before you can do that. That's why some people are considered old souls. That's why some people are, they're way down here on the evolution scale, and you got other people up here whose consciousness is so, wild, and their ideas seem so far-fetched. There's a misunderstanding of science and spirituality, all of it.
Mildred 100% agrees with you, Spooky, as I'm sure a lot of people do that are listening.
We all know Spooky's correct because there's just too many stories, too many evidence, too many folklore stories in the Bible, out of the Bible,
before the Bible,
the world. Everybody talks about it. Every national people, Native Americans. I mean, everybody.
It's our egos that don't want to accept that there are things that you can't see and make sense out of in this realm that we're in.
Spooky, I think a lot of people just don't care to. I think there is a lot of beliefs in it, but people are like, you know what? I got everyday life. I got taxes to pay. I got to take care of kids. Why do I want to sit here and go down a rabbit hole and look into this stuff? I think a lot of people just don't care to.
It's a comfort zone. It's a safety zone. And that's okay. But everyone will eventually open up their third eye and open up to see the possibilities of what else this life that we're living is inevitably on the path towards. And that is the consciousness always opening constantly. It's just happening faster now, at a faster rate. That's the way I understand things.
Maybe it's not at a faster rate. We're just learning to look more, to be more open to it. And then it just seems like it's faster, but we're more open than ever because of social media, because of shows like this. Everybody's opening up more. I mean, I've been learning from people saying, Eric, just slow down your brain. Start looking around you because things are happening. You're just not looking for it, but they're there. Maybe that's what it is. We're just opening up to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Meditating, meditating more.
Oh boy, don't get me started.
I know there's a lot of negatives of the internet, but I think that's definitely one of the positives from it is that we were all able to share these experiences and be like, hey man, you're not crazy because I feel the same way. And
yeah. Well, there's more positives
Absolutely.
than negatives. It's just the negatives are more popular than positives, so we hear about the negatives more. But overall, there's way more positives versus negative. It's just like the news, right? Bad stuff sells more than the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe social media is the same way. Negativity gets more views than the truth.
It's all symbolic of the collective. It's all symbolic of all of us collectively together. We love that drama. We're drawn toward the negative side, but we have to try to. It's like the Jedi. You've got to do everything you can to stay away from the dark side.
Yeah, we can't
You
always
have to.
be as cute as this.
Oh my gosh!
That's what we needed, man. Look at that tongue sticking out.
Sometimes I want to cut that tongue off. No, I don't. Just joking. Just joking. Look at
Just
that
to make
tongue.
it flush. It's not a morning show without the dog on the screen. It's awesome, man.
Hey,
Reincarnate is one of those.
well, they say animals can sense energy and ghosts more than we can. And it's been proven that sometimes, I've seen my dog bark in the dark and there's nothing outside. There's, no animals. Is she just barking or is she sensing something around her?
Right. Yeah, cats are really well known for just staring into a corner and like there's nothing there. It's like, dude, what are you seeing, man? But hey, Jason, I just looked at the clock. I didn't realize that we're almost at 2 hours.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Do you have anywhere that people can find you, or where would you send people if they'd like to contact you?
If anybody needs to contact me, I always send them to the website. On the website, you can get the links to the socials, or you can message us. Go to my email, and I respond to. I work 12-hour shifts, so it takes about 12, 16 hours for me to respond.
And this is the website, indparanormal.com, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, so if anybody's in the area, or if you're not in the area, you'd just like to contact Jason and just have a phone consultation, he's absolutely up for that. Yeah. Contact him at his website at indparanormal.com.
Yeah, if you just want to network or shoot the shit, get a hold of me.
Awesome, man.
Are you on the West Coast, Jason?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, he's in Indiana, right?
I thought I heard Oregon earlier.
No.
No, but he said he will travel. He'll travel.
Yeah, traveling is fun.
There was a Baker House somebody mentioned. Have you?
Oh, that was Sabrina mentioned the Baker House in Michigan City.
Oh, right? Michigan. I thought that was in Indiana. They were saying
Michigan City is Indiana still. It's right on the border.
Yeah, I get that
Michigan,
confused too.
Indiana.
Oh, okay.
They like us so much they had to take our name for one of their cities. No. Michigan City. Well, cool, man. Appreciate you being on with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much, man.
Definitely
awesome stories.
Got some more doors open now with the UFOs and such.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm gonna sit here and think about Sonny's gray orb.
Yeah, yep, his orb that he saw in the house. Yeah, because that's the first time I've heard of that. I mean, we've had a few
naked eye
in the morning.
That's crazy. That's intense.
Can somebody in the chat put his link to his website so I could click on it?
Oh, yep. Here, I'll put
somebody in the chat could put that in the chat. I could click on it. I could go there.
Yeah, I just put it in.
Oh, you just put it in there? Perfect. I want to click on it. I want to check out his page. Got it.
For sure, man. No
yeah,
problem.
The website's kind of boring. I'm not really.
Oh, with me, honor, integrity, and commitment. I like that.
Absolutely.
Ooh, look at that handsome guy with that skeleton.
I know the skeleton. I forgot about the skeleton. That's Johnny.
The skeleton has a name, Johnny. That's
cool.
That's
Johnny. Some of my friends down at the paranormal investigation team, where they call themselves a pit team. In Indianapolis, they have Franklin, Johnny's BFF, but yeah, Johnny goes around with me. He gets his photo taken sometimes. When we did the follow-up investigation at the Columbus Firehouse late last year, he got his photo taken like on a bunch of apparatuses. He was wearing the fire helmet and the fire jacket and all sorts of stuff. I think it's on the Facebook page. It's kind of funny.
That's cool. Johnny's your mascot, like Eddie's a mascot of Iron Maiden. I love it.
Yeah, like you got your little pug there, you know. I got Johnny.
That's awesome, dude.
It.
Well, thank you, man. We're gonna get off here, but we'll definitely have you back on because this was a cool conversation. We'll talk more about underwater
I'll
stuff.
Get back on, and by then I'll have more stuff to tell you about when my trip to Jersey.
Appreciate it, man. Well, thank you so much. It was good meeting you.
Cool. Y'all have a good one.
Yep. You
Take
too,
care,
bud.
Jace. Thank you.
Jason. Have a good day, man.
You too.
Awesome.
Yep, that was a good guess.
We keep getting the best guests, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cassie, with Oracles and Beyond, for hooking us up with our awesome guests.
Gosh,
Appreciate
you
it, Cassie.
get you guys good people. I love it.
Good.
Absolutely.
Man.
Thank you, Andy, for reminding me. Yeah, everybody, if you could please hit that like, or if you hit either one of them, just we'd like to have the what do they call that, engagement. But yeah, if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. If you do like it, hit the thumbs up. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button to check us out on a weekly basis. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We also do a Paranormal Chop Shop show every Friday night, real late, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Do you have a guest tomorrow night on the chats? Not chat Smith, on the Chop Shop.
I'll have to go check. As of earlier, we didn't, but I got something from the calendar, so I'm not for sure.
Cool.
Somebody put something on there.
I never know until Fridays either, so it's always a surprise, guys. Check us out on Fridays.
Well, I can
normally we when I have guests, I've just been looking for a certain guest, and it's hard to find. I want a pilot that has seen something that's willing to talk about it.
Thank you, David.
Hard.
Well, I get to watch you guys from the beginning because I went to the movies last night instead of Friday, so I'm free
perfect.
Friday to watch you guys.
You're free Friday?
To watch you guys, yeah.
To watch us.
You can come on if you want.
Yeah, we'll make you work.
Yeah.
ain't no watching us. We're making you work Friday.
Stories and your Jedi mind trick robe.
Oh boy, readings with Eric on the Paranormal Chop Shop
from the Star Trek stuff.
Oh yeah, and Spooky helped me out. I appreciate Spooky helping me out with
that. Was a good episode.
That was fun.
Dude, I love that one. That was good.
Yes, Lynn, this show will be staying the same time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Chad only changes stuff around on the other channels.
Yeah.
I can watch you guys from the beginning now because today's the last day for school. They're on summer break.
Oh,
man.
Oh, I got
told us that.
I have so much flexibility now. I'm going to be doing shows on my horror talk everything. I can do a lot of things now.
Hell yeah, man. Are you going to still fire up the Horror Talk channel, or are you just going to bring it to your current channel?
No. I like, there's certain things that I like to keep separate, because the truth is not a lot of people care for movies or TV. Like next week, I'm planning to do a big talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hopefully I can get Spooky on there, pick a day.
Awesome.
People on the Paranormal channel, they don't, honestly, to be honest, they don't care.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to hear Obi-Wan Kenobi, so I'll just do it.
Well, we do. We do. We love it when you do that, man.
I know there's the haters, but they gave us unbelievable stuff last night on the latest episode, man. You can pick apart all about you want to, but those visuals that they gave us, bringing back the old school actors and characters, I mean, I don't know how you could hate on that.
You know what it is, Spooky? What it is okay, let's be honest. When you watch Netflix, right, you have Stranger Things.
I'm sorry we got this started.
No,
you're fine.
you had this last season.
Pour more coffee.
The brand new season of Stranger Things. Every episode is over an hour, and the special effects are fantastic on Stranger Things. The Obi-Wan, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you're only getting 6 episodes, and then some. And I don't understand. I don't know why Disney's not putting money into it, because I love episode 5, but there's a couple scenes where like Vader's doing his one thing to the ship. It looked like a video game bringing the ship down, and I'm sitting there like,
CGI is almost too good now.
Into this prime character, this a character that everybody loves. I mean, why are they going cheap on it? You know what I mean? I mean, like 30 minutes. They should be giving me an hour, because some of these characters could be flushed out even more. There's so much more I want to learn, but 30, 40 minutes. I don't understand this Disney model. 6 episodes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Like, give me Stranger Things over an hour. The last episode of Stranger Things was an hour and a half. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, it's weird.
Actually, I don't know what you mean because I have yet to watch the new season of Stranger Things. I
haven't either.
I'm going to tell you right now, it is probably the best season, or you compare it with season 1.
That's what I've heard.
Fantastic. And every episode, hour 20 minutes, hour 15 minutes. Last episode, hour and a half.
Whoa. So they don't care. They just put out whatever, as long as the story goes. That's it.
Yeah, but the thing is, they put money in it. And then you watch Obi-Wan, great story, but the special effects are like par. And you're like, Disney's more powerful than Netflix? I don't know. But at least I get a show than not get a show.
Right. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Is that it's the longest running franchise in movie history and it's been around for our whole entire lives. We've been lucky enough to have Star Wars whenever we needed it. Maybe we didn't like it all. I mean, there was stuff in the very first Star Wars movie that there was things that people criticized about, like in the cantina. Some of the creatures look so silly and they look like Muppets, right?
Yeah.
But you pick apart you pick the stuff that you like first, and then the stuff that you don't like, you just kind of put it on the back burner.
Well, look how many kids got inspired by it. How many people look for UFOs nowadays because they're inspired by shows like Star Wars, the science fiction. A lot of people hate television, but sometimes the television stuff gets people into this kind of stuff. You know, a lot of people hate the government files that came out with the UFOs, the big conference. But you know how many kids probably watch that and like are now inspired to look for UFOs because of it? So there is a lot of good stuff that comes out of it. Even listen, Ghost Adventures, you know that's half that shit is just overhyping some simple things and like how many years does it take for you to stop running and getting touched? You know, they fucking still run like little babies. But how many kids are watching that are inspired by the paranormal because of it? You know?
What the hell, Matt?
Yeah, we've definitely gone too far now. We've gone way
Lord,
too
sorry,
late.
Eric. I mean, this is getting.
I'm sorry, Eric. Our chat room sometimes can be a little
What's going on?
A little naughty.
Chat,
I wasn't reading. I was talking. I wasn't reading.
Sorry, Eric. Man, I got a little distracted by this.
God, is that what we're doing by eating Chad? Is Matt talk about protein from Matt again?
Oh, yeah.
From Chad? Is that what we're eating at again?
Hey, guys, we have 2 different tiers of support. If you'd like to support our podcast that we do here, you can check us out on buymeacoffee.com/ChadSmithPC. For $5 a month, you get a shout out on a weekly basis and a free sticker. And for $10 a month, you get the same benefits as the $5 tier, but you also get a private invite to the Chop Shop after party that we do every Friday night. So yes, it is late for guys over on the East Coast. So yeah, that would probably start at like 2 in the morning.
Put that back up one more time, Chad. I was reading something. There you go.
No problem. And what was I saying?
Times.
Oh, times. Yeah. So the after party would start after the Chop Shop, which is Chop Shop usually goes hour and a half to 2 hours.
That's right.
So
about 2 a.m. East Coast for the after party.
That's right. Yep. But yeah, you do get if you're a night owl, you do get the benefit of being able to hang out with us privately without being on the internet or without being on YouTube. And nothing gets recorded over there, so it's a fun time after the Chop Shop. And yeah, check us out. Friday nights, Paranormal Chop Shop. And then every Tuesday and Thursday right here on the Chad Smith Podcast at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And yeah, Eric, when are you going live today?
You know, because the kids are out half days because the last day of school. I'm doing it at 2 p.m. Pacific time today. It's at 2 p.m. You know, just because, 10, 12 o'clock, I'm picking up everybody for the last time. So
yeah, the last time. And then you're wide open.
Oh, I'm wide open. Oh, dude, I got so many things planned. I every Wednesday, my daughter, I'm hiring her. I'm hiring my daughter to be my camera person. And we're going to be going out on some haunted places, the Sasquatch in the Olympic Mountains. I got a camera person. Hey,
That's excellent.
My daughter's not afraid of nothing. My
Cool,
daughter's
man.
been watching horror movies since she was 5 years old.
Oh, sweet.
Last night. She loved the horror movie that we watched last night. Not really horror movie, thriller movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she's tough.
Jump scares don't freak her out.
Oh, good, dude. Oh, my wife. Oh my God, I loved it last night. We're watching a movie called. We got a special pass to see a movie called The Black Phone. It doesn't come out till next Friday, and it's a Ethan Hawke like a kind of like Silence on the Lamb. It has it's a ghost paranormal, and there's a scene where this ghost just flashes. My wife jumped. I mean, I was laughing at her. I'm like, oh my God, they got her. They got her with a jump scare twice. My daughter, she's like, that was scary, Mom.
Next. Oh man, I always get hit with the jump scares. Jump scares. Spooky, now you got me. Now I hear my Michigan accent. It's
Hard.
Hard. It's very hard.
You pull some cards.
Yeah, Oracle cards on Sundays.
People from Michigan,
Pesky.
really?
Yeah, we have a hard A over here. It comes down from Canada.
Is that because you're close to Canada and they always say A?
Yep. Yeah, the farther farther north of Michigan you go, the more it goes. Oh, how's she going there, eh? Yep. But I guess I have a hard A. A lot of people say, "Oh, can you say it again, Chad? Cards."
Let me ask you, Chad. Now, I'm not trying to be naughty here. But I heard it's so cold in a lot of places up there that women have to wear bras. Otherwise, it gets frozen beneath the shirt and people can see them. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm gonna hand this to Spooky.
JD's
talking about nipply weather.
No, seriously, I've heard this when I was on the East Coast, living in New York and New Jersey for a while. They say in Michigan it gets so cold up there that all the women make sure they wear bras because if they don't, their body parts is almost frozen because the coldness that's up in that Detroit or Michigan to the borderline.
We're about to get in big trouble here.
I'm
if we keep going.
I know, man. This is why we don't go 3 hours anymore, Spooky.
Okay, listen up, everybody. Tonight on our buddies' show, you know Ben and Joe, our boys. That's right.
Oh my God!
Tonight on the UFO Garage podcast on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we have Jeremy Corbell, who made the movie Bob Lazar, right? So, you know, you can love him, you hate him, controversial, no matter what, the dude is going to be an awesome interview. Our boys, Ben and Joe, tonight, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Pacific or East Coast?
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yep, please don't forget. Jeremy Corbell on UFO Garage tonight. Gonna be a good one.
Now, Spooky, you're saying what is it? People don't believe this guy? You're saying
people pick apart his personality. They pick apart his videos, and I know this morning they were talking about that. His one of his videos had been debunked by the congressional hearing.
Any video could be debunked technically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I seen him on Fox News a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes on the news. He's trying to help with the disclosure process and help with the push UFOs into the mainstream. For those reasons alone, I really admire his work. But I love anytime somebody gets to tell Bob Lazar's story. That's what he did. Yeah.
One of my paranormal shows a long time ago, I actually did a Fox News clip of him talking about UFOs. I don't know which one it was, but I actually had a clip of him on my channel before.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
Yeah. I don't care about debunkers because you like I said, you always got people who are going to debunk whatever you do, whatever they think it's real or fake. You know, it's like I said this all the time. You got science to prove something, and then you got science to say it's not true. It's at the end of it, it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can we play this music now?
Music, it must be true.
What music, man?
Good point, Andy.
Oh, we can't play that part. We can just play. We can just play this one part. Part. We will see on Tuesday. Oh, look at who's on the. Look who they had on here.
Well. What do you know?
They had one of our they had Sonny on there, man.
What is Sonny betraying you guys for?
I don't know,
Those
man.
Headphones.
We let him go over there.
Betrayal.
We let him go over there sometimes just to help them out with some subscribers.
Does he know he's on mute? Looks like he was trying to talk.
Oh, Sonny?
Yeah.
Sometimes he's just talking on his phone.
Oh.
So that's
Yeah, I'm
UFO
talking to somebody. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do something.
No problem.
That's UFO Garage, 6 p.m. Pacific, and I believe at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific we have Paranormal Highway.
Yeah.
Eric is going live.
Hey,
Thanks for
maybe
putting
2 o'clock would be a good time in the future. I don't know. You know, I always play with different times. There's nothing wrong with that.
So that's 5 my time.
It's hard because West Coast, East Coast, you know, there's never a perfect time.
There
6
isn't.
o'clock Pacific time is 9 o'clock East Coast. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
when I
but
call
the
9
truth
o'clock at
is-
night, it's midnight. I mean, there's
Here we
never
go.
a perfect time.
But the truth is, with Paranormal Highway, you don't have to see it live. It's also fun to watch it later. I put it on the big screen. It's awesome.
True. That's why I got the better camera, so you can see me a little better
Oh
on
my
the big
God.
screen.
Man, if you guys are just listening on the podcast end of things, you definitely need to hang out with us on YouTube and check out the chat room because the chat room over here is half the fun of the show, I'm telling you. You guys make it a good time, I swear. So thank you, everybody in the chat room, for being here. Make sure to check out Paranormal Highway today at 2 p.m. Pacific. Please be there tonight on UFO Garage. Whether you agree with Jeremy or not, please just support UFO Garage in any way that you can.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Tuesday next week, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Bye,
Thanks,
y'all.
guys.
Have a good
Love
day.
you guys.
It sound right, boys.